Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another week with us here at Delta Racing League. My name is Matt McAdams, and I am going to be commentating this race for you this evening. Tonight is going to be an interesting one for sure. We are at Brands Hatch over in the UK, but to add a little of extra spice to the mix, it is absolutely pouring out there right now, folks. It is a wet one, and it's looking like it is going to be that way through the entirety of the weekend. Practice went fairly well. Drivers were definitely competing with each other on pace. There were some very close battles. Also, a couple of not typically front runners pretty high in the standings by the time practice was done. But let's go ahead and get over to the action. We're going to be watching Javier Marquez starting his qualifying lap here. Let me go ahead and give you some sound to listen through. There we go. Still on the warm-up lap, still making our way around the track. Nothing too exciting happening yet. Got a couple of other folks out. We've got Pete Ruotsalainen is out on the track right now as well. Looks like, let's see, that's another Porsche behind him. Andre Alfonso in the Bentley, making his way around the track, getting those tires up to temperature. But I do believe it is going to be Javier Marquez now coming around the Clark corner that is going to start our qualifying session here. Oh, and just as I say that, the commentator's curse strikes, almost loses the back end. Just trying to get around that final corner just to give you guys a real practical demonstration of just how wet it is out there. Final corner already giving Javier Marquez some trouble. But up into Druids now, keeping things nice and tidy. Let me get something set up over here. Maybe. Where's my mouse? There you are. It's hiding from me. Just queuing up some stuff over on my end, folks. All right, Javier, where are you on the track, good sir? It looks like you're coming up to the Clark corner, so just a couple, or Clark curve, excuse me. It's coming around the final bend now. We'll have, nope, excuse me. Nope, not even close. I don't know what I'm talking about. Still no qualifying times to come across yet, although I have a feeling we'll get an idea of what Javier's is going to look like when he finishes up his lap. Looks like he's coming around Sheen's right now. We'll be down into Sterling's next, if I'm right. Yep, sure enough. Okay, we know where we are now. We will look around the field once we get through this first lap here, folks. Let's just get a good idea of what the pace is going to look like. Although he had a little bit of a scuffed start. See what that nets him today. Javier Marquez is going to cross the line with the, well, it is going to be the fastest lap for right now, but it is going to be a 134.07. That's followed closely by Nathan Tanner, who sets a 134.345, just 0.3 of a second off of Javier Marquez. A couple more folks coming across the line. Number 18 car of Evan Toth is going to be setting a new lap time. No surprise, Pete Ruotsalainen sets first place with a 132.725. Evan Toth comes across. That was not his hot lap, so he's going to be sending it around one more time. Or wait, no, it just caught, ooh, wow, a whole bunch of stuff just caught up all at once. Excuse me. So Evan Toth with a 133.592 is going to take second place away from Javier Marquez. And that server lag really did a number on some stuff over here, folks. We'll see if that starts catching up. It's messing with my timings over on the left-hand side there, but it seems to have sorted itself out. We're gonna, a lot of Javier Marquez airtime right now, but he's continuing to shave time off the Delta, now 0.8 in the gain, 0.9 now, almost a second up. Back end got a little loose there. Doesn't look like it cost him 2 months, just a couple hundredths of a second. Meanwhile, Pete Ruotsalainen out there getting ready to set the next session fastest lap. We'll see that, I'm sure, any second. As long as that border is purple, he is going to make it happen. Javier Marquez is going to come across the line with almost a 1 second improvement. That is going to be a quick time. Moves from a 134.0 up to a 133.0, moving him into third place for the time being. Andrew Sear, almost a second in the Delta as well. Take a look at his lap. And the Banana Hammocks Porsche coming around Clark Curve right now. 1.1 seconds in the Delta. We're looking at a 133 flat potentially. Comes across the line. Actually going to do a little better than predicted with a 132.962 for Andrew Sear, earning him third place, knocking Javier Marquez down a notch. Take a look at Juan Paredo. Where is he on the track? Can't really tell. It looks like he's coming around Westfield right now. Or if not Westfield, no, it was the one before it, excuse me. It was the Hawthorne bend. I don't know Brand's corner names as well as I should. It's something I'm working on. I really need to be better about my corner names. Juan Paredo. Well, I just missed his lap. Excuse me, I had to look away for a second. But let's see, last lap was... That's his fastest lap. I believe that was his last lap, actually. It was, yes. He posted an improved minutes with a 134.07, moving him up into 8th place. This lap, however, not going as well as the previous one. So let's go ahead and take a look. Actually, right as I say that, Nathan Tanner comes across the line with almost a 1.5 seconds improvement, moving himself up into 2nd place. Nathan Tanner, we've been seeing pretty remarkable performance this season, at least of what I have caught so far, doing an excellent job of making the most out of every race he's a part of. And this may actually lead to him having some pretty good chances here at Brands Hatch. Not the best lap he is on right now, but very, very strong time to be sure. And with just a little shy of 3 minutes left in their qualifying session, it's a good place to be. Aaron Alexander, 10th in the Delta, the BMW. Coming up into Druids. Currently sitting P7. We're actually going to take a look over at Pete Rousselainen here. About to set another fastest lap coming down the hill into the Clark Curve. See, I was wrong again. I'm going to stop naming corners. That was the hill into the Hawthorne. I just got to look at the track. I have the track map. It's up on another monitor. I have no excuse to be getting these wrong. Somebody in chat make fun of me. Keep me humble. Half a second now, and this is actually the Clark Curve. Coming around the final bend, I can see the pit entry there. Can't possibly get that wrong. Losing a little bit on the exit. Just a couple of hundredths bleeding away. But he is going to set the fastest lap of the session. That is going to be a 131.992. Closest competitor is going to be Nathan Tanner with a 132.7. A little less than a second there, but he's got some work to do if he's going to close up and potentially have a shot at qualifying in first. But he will certainly be happy with the results so far. Aaron Alexander comes across the line, moves himself up into 4th place with a 132.8. Is going to have another go at it. Evan Tothbag on the camera. Currently sitting P9, half second in the Delta. Coming up into some traffic, it looks like. Yeah, it must have been what happened, because that lead is gone. Gonna let another Mercedes McLaren around him on the outside there. And probably going to ship it for this final corner there with some traffic closing on him rapidly. Got a good run of the last corner, though, and this is probably going to be the lap that counts because he is going to run out of time. Crosses the start-finish line before the 10-minute mark. Will get to finish his lap, but it will be his last one. Javier Marquez, almost a second in the Delta. 7/10 now, losing a little bit, but gets a good exit, great exit. Continuing to find some time, maybe at 1 second when he crosses the line. In fact, he does find the 1 second gain. And that is going to be the new fastest lap right there, folks, with a 131.975, putting him, what would that be? Oh, I'm not going to do math on stream. That's a bad idea, but it is going to be the fastest lap by a little bit. Less than 1/10 of a second. And puts it into the tire wall for good measure. Let's go ahead and we keep looking at Evan Toth, trying to get his good lap on stream. Looks like we are going to get it. Now 8/10 in the Delta. 9/10 gets a good exit. That is going to be I believe that's the 4th place McLaren in front of him. So is that yep, Matthias Martinez or Matthias Martinez. 1 second. Matthias runs wide. Is going to let Evan Toth go. Continuing to find time coming around the corner. See if he can get the exit. Sticks the exit. Bleeding away just a little bit of time. Not very much to be worried about coming down into the final corner now. Nicely done. Finds a little bit more time on the exit. He's going to continue to improve that lap time. Now 1 second and 3/10 in the Delta is going to hang on to it, moving himself up into 3rd place with a 132.262. Take a look at the GT3s. Last of the GT3s, I believe, that is on the track right now is going to be Andrew Sear with a 1/10 improvement in the Delta. And is going to clean up that lap. Now it is on to the M2s. Jeff Spangler leading off the charge from what I can tell. There's Pete Rousselainen finishing up his lap. Yeah, he's not going to actually finish the lap, so let's go ahead and take a look at Jeff Spangler. As a matter of fact, let's have a little fun with this one. Just a little bit. Find him over here. There you are, Jeff. Go ahead and take a look at the onboard. Coming over that first corner. And something I want to draw your attention to, folks, because this is going to be a mixed class race. There will be both the BMW M2s as well as the GT3 cars, all on this same track. Speed difference coming around turn 1, so just at the entry there. I have no way of knowing if this was a good one for Jeff Spangler, but nonetheless comes over or enters turn 1 at 194 kilometers an hour. Just for comparison's sake, the GT3s, Javier Marquez started turn 1 at 227. Over 20 kilometers per hour difference between these cars coming into turn 1. It is going to be very, very interesting to see how the drivers are going to handle that. As we all like to joke, well, it's not even a joke, it's just a statement of fact. This actually, fun fact about Brands Hatch, actually started as a cycling track and then eventually kind of adopted motorcycles. So it is literally a motorcycle track. And we're racing cars on it today. And it's raining. It's gonna be so much fun. Let's go ahead and hear what it's like inside the cabin of that BMW. A little bit noisier in there, not too bad though. Kind of running his own race right now, not too much to say about it at the moment. But he's going to cross the start-finish line here. I believe start setting the first of the times that we're going to see out here. Let's see, did it do it? No, he's still got to go one more round. Or did that count? No, excuse me, that did count. So it's a 143.857. Sam Snelltrain in the sister car. When he said a 143.4. Ross Sparrow comes across the line with a 143.8. Actually, it is going to be very, very close here, folks. Which actually, as a matter of fact here, let me, we're going to change. Oh my goodness, why is it lagging? There we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the best laps here. Personal best there. So just go ahead and look at on the left-hand side of your screen just how close these times are. Those top 3, so underneath Sam Snelltrain, number 19 there, all within essentially a half second of each other, so that's going to lead to some exciting racing, to be sure. Let's see here. Let's get... looking for who to put on camera. We're going to put Jeff Spangler back on. Currently sitting P3 in class. Got a little over, or just it's changing a whole lot. I was going to say a little over a half second. Seems to have settled back out there at the exit of that corner. Coming down into the final corner here. Half second improvement still in the cards for him as he gets a good exit. Going to hang on to that time. Improve it slightly by the time he gets to the start finish line. It's going to be a solid lap time, moving him up into first in class. Immediately snagged by the sister car of Snell Train there. So that was going to be a 143.35 for Jeff Spangler. A 142.770 out of teammate Sam Snell Train. We still got a lot of people out in the M2s. Not a lot of them on valid laps. Let's take a look at I'm Not Jimmy here, the Pan Am Racing BMW. Number 696. Really is, I mean, just because, and again, I watched GT3 racing practically all day. It really is remarkable, and we'll see it in full force when we're actually running the race, just how much faster the GT3s are around some of these corners. All of that downforce helping them stay glued to the pavement is just not an advantage that these BMWs have. And so the lines and the strategies are very, very, very different. And then trying to throw passing on top of that, man, it is going to be a stressful time to be inside of these cars. I'll tell you what, folks, we got the good seats. I'm Not Jimmy gets a rough exit there. Might find a little bit more time in the entrance there, but he's going to keep it more or less deadlocked. Take a look at Nicholas Armijo. A little over a half second in the Delta. Oh, and runs a little bit wide there. Not going to hang on to that Delta, but the pace is there. We'll likely get it on the next lap. Lucas crosses the line, moving himself up into P23 with a 144.732. Melon Pitch was in the pits for a little while there, but does manage to snag himself a fourth in class time. Running the low fuel racing BMW. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and hop on board with Melon Pitch. There we are. We're on board with Melon Pitch here. Let's go ahead and switch that over, get the cabin audio here. Better sound anyways, if you ask me. Good job carrying the momentum through there. Not going to make the Delta improvement on this lap, but we'll have more than enough time to get another lap in before the qualifying session is over. Melon Pitch is on board right there, but let's go ahead and take a look over at Nicholas Sosa. 6/10 in the Delta is going to be looking at a pretty good improvement if you can hang on to it. Got a little bit of an upset. Melon Pitch there loses a position to Ben Burchett, who comes across the line with a 144.1. Melon Pitch needs a 1.5 improvement in order to get that position back. Melon Pitch starting his lap now, so let's go ahead and get the main camera back over here. Neutral T1, let's see what he does coming up into Druids. A lot of elevation change there. Not the exit he was looking for, but carries a good amount of speed around the corner. Not looking like this is going to be the lap for Melon Pitch, so let's go ahead and let's take a look over at Stubby McNubby. Put that away for right now, right as of course I say that. Commentator's curse strikes again, so we're gonna go to Nicholas Armijo. And what do you know, he's off the track. We're killing it. How about Yi Sensei? 3/10 in the Delta. On the track. Also not to be forgotten, let's see, Cyril Magtoto, 6/10 in the Delta. But Yi Sun on quite the ripper here. 1 second improvement, loses a little bit on the exit there. There's going to be the max wait time, so these drivers have got to get across the line with the times that they've got. Also of note, Ben Burchett, half second in the Delta. That will be enough for him to gain a position and start third in class. Easton still looking at a very, very strong improvement here. In fact, we've got several drivers with green Deltas right now, Ben Burchett being the one with the most on the line here. Ooh, I see a lot of yellow flags. They're probably spinning out at the start-finish line because qualifying's over. And that's what you do. Ben Burchett, in fact, let's go ahead and take a look over at Ben here. Oh, loses a little bit of time. Not sure what happened there, right? Commentator curse strikes again, I suppose. Coming into the final corner now. And he is going to cross the line with a 2/10 improvement. Not enough for him to move up a position, but an improvement at the last second nonetheless. We're just going to leave that on screen here for just a hot moment while we wait for it to do that. Otherwise, it does all sorts of horrendous things, and we don't get to do anything. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is qualifying. And in a shocking turn of events, it is a sunny day here at Brands Hatch in Great Britain. We're going to do our track walk here. Let's go ahead and get up to the front of the pack. Big congratulations. Excuse me. Let me scroll up my screen over here. There we go. Big congratulations to Javier Marquez for the P1 qualifying, followed by Pete Rousselainen there on your right. That is going to be Evan Toth in third, Matty Byrne in fourth, Aaron Alexander in the BMW there in fifth, Matthias Martinez, Nathan Tanner, Andrew Sear, Juan Paredo, and Andre Alfonso to round out the top 10. As a reminder for anybody who may be joining us for the first time, we do allow fully custom liveries here at Delta Racing League, so most of the drivers have opted to do so. That is where you get works of art like this Audi. It belongs to Oren Fleischacker, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Oren Fleischacker. I'm learning. All right, and that is going to round out. That is all of the GT3s. Now we get into the BMW TCX class here. And that is going to be both of the Beans cars. Actually, I believe there are 3 of them, and we just don't see one of them as often. But it's going to be Sam Snelltrain and Jeff Spangler up in front, followed by Melon Pitch that's Ross Sparrow and Ben Burchett. Then Melon Pitch and Evan Miles, Nicholas Sosa, Yi-Sun Se, and Lucas Clerget to round out the top 10 there for the TCX class. 1 minute to go until we start the parade lap here. Really, it's going to be interesting. Most of the drivers were not prepared for this dry weather. Oh, there's the other Beans car right there, actually. Speak of the devil. Let's go ahead and put us back out here on this camera. If there's anybody out in chat, thanks for watching so far. Qualifying's over. We're about to start this race in about a minute. We'll start rolling the car around Brands Hatch. Good news, short circuit, so it's not that long of a parade lap. It's not like we're watching a race at Spa. Check the Discord for any DMs that might be doing something silly. No, we're looking good. Stream's looking good. We're gonna watch some racing. "30 seconds ago, I guess I'll share a little bit about my day. It's Sunday here, and wonderful time of year for the Pacific Northwest. Early or mid-spring. Starts to warm up a little bit. Sun comes out. It's not raining every other day, which, I mean, to be honest, we kind of need it. But beautiful day. It is also the time of year that the Oregon Trail Rally is going on. So I woke up at stupid o'clock this morning and drove over to the middle of nowhere, Oregon, and lined up with some friends. Got there real early to the event so we could watch everybody roll their cars in. Ooh, stop and go 30 for causing a collision. Wait. Excuse me? Did that just happen? I think that just happened. Hold on, I'm gonna get over on my other monitor here and see. but I believe somebody just picked up a stop and go 30. Yeah. Car number 531. I can't see. We're going to use my finger and trace. It's going to be T.J. Abidal. Not sure what happened there, but not how you want to start this race. That is unfortunate. Not sure if the admins are going to clear that. I will not be. Keep my hands as far away from that as I can. Anyways, as I was saying, as we're going around this parade lap here, went and saw the Oregon Trail Rally, and wouldn't you know it, Ken Block was actually in attendance, and I met him. I took my picture with him. Such a cool day. But yeah, I got to meet Ken Block briefly, shook his hand, took a selfie, wished him luck, and then we kind of made a beeline out to the stage he was going to be driving at. Got to see him in action too. And let me tell y'all, I've been trying to say this as much as I can because this is a recent epiphany for me. If you are a motorsports fan, go to motorsports events. My goodness, nothing compares to watching somebody throw a 2.5-ton steel crate with wheels on it down a hill at 90 to 100 miles an hour and still manage to make the corner at the end of it with flair all at the same time. Let me tell you, folks, it is worth every second that it took driving out there. It actually took me 4 hours round trip, a little more than that, but worth every second. Got to meet really a stunt driving icon, or maybe a drift and rally icon. I don't know. He's a hero of mine. Ken Block can do whatever he wants in a car, and it is fun to watch all the time, and got to see it in person today. What a fun time. But we are going to start lining up double file here at Brands Hatch. It's time to get this race underway. We're going to be watching this from the Helicam. Let me go ahead and get the picture-in-picture ready to go so that we're not caught with our pants down when the race starts. Try and get a little bit of the action both at the front and the middle. I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to say one final thank you to everybody who has tuned in, has been watching so far. It's going to be a very interesting race for everybody that is watching here. So from me and everybody at Delta Racing League, thank you for joining us. It's going to be a fun race, and any second we were going to have the green flag here. And there is the green flag. Javier Marquez is going to get a decent start running down the inside line, but the Porsche's got the faster outside line. It's going to be very close between the two of them, almost contact, but they're going to keep it clean. McLaren is trying to catch up. That is going to be Matty Byrne and the back behind the two coming up into Drew. It's a lot of changing positions between Matt Byrne and Pete Ratsalainen, but they're keeping it more or less in the same order. Javier Marquez getting a fantastic start. And my timing has frozen, so let's go ahead and we're going to get that out of the way really quick. I will bring that back as soon as I can, folks. And while I'm fixing that, let's go ahead and there is the M2 field in action there. Let's open that up to the wider cameras. That is going to be Sam Snell Train out in front of it. I am trying to get the timings back on there. Javier Marquez on screen right now in the GT3s. It's always something. It's always something. Can't be nothing. Ooh, this is not going particularly well. Come on, timing board. Well, that's not good. For the time being, I think I can bring this one back. Which one do we want? We want that one. All right, so that's what we're going to look at for right now. We're going to go back to our roots here, use the in-game UI. And I have a little less control over my cameras than I typically do here, folks. Just bear with me while I'm trying to figure this out. Let's go ahead and open this up to the Helicam, move it back a car. Oop, too far, there we go. Maybe Pete Ratsalainen in the focus here for just a little bit so we can try and keep our eyes on everybody involved in this battle for first. It's going to be a 4-car battle for first. It's going to be Javier Marquez, followed by Pete Ratsalainen, Matty Byrne, and Matthias Martinez. All within a second of the leader. And then back in the packet is going to be Sam Snell Train and Jeff Spangler still duking it out right now to try and decide who's going to finish first in class. Does look like, oops, sorry about that. Like Melon Pitch has got a little bit of company back there. Or excuse me, no, he's just kind of buried in the pack. There's quite a bit going on in the M2s, but it does look like the closest battle is going to be between the two teammates of Sam Snell Train and Jeff Spangler. No surprises there at all. Let's go ahead and try and get this broadcasting app running again. Get you all the pretty things. Oh, we got a side-by-side going through. It looks like, I don't know what corner that is, but that is two teammates wheel to wheel, too wide all the way through that corner, and they touch. It's a 31 car Sam Snell train on the outside there. It does look like Jeff Spangler's going to get him on the outside there. Almost turns across his teammate. That could have been catastrophic for the two of them now with the third car entering the battle for first in class. We're going to give that a second. Hopefully it catches up and we get timings back. And I have better control of my cameras. But it does look like Javier Marquez starting to grow a little bit of a gap to the pack. Pete Routsalainen falling back by about a half a second, or about a half second. It's averaging out. Aaron Alexander on screen. I just tried to change the wrong camera. Let's get that back over on Jeff Spangler and those guys. Actually, it looks like Nicholas Sosa currently involved in a battle for P21. It's going to be Evan Miles out in front of it. Nicholas Sosa followed by Yisun Se. Say? Reach out to me after the race. I'm sure I'm getting that wrong. Okay, does not look like that's working how I want it to. And usually the way to fix it is to leave the server. That's not ideal. So let me see if I can get the other one to work. We're doing troubleshooting on the fly, folks. Sorry, I'm not commenting. We got a side-by-side, two BMWs. That is going to be number 3 car of Evan Miles on the outside there. Gets passed on the inside by Nicholas Sosa in the 98, the black BMW right there. And that is the one thing I do love about these BMWs. You can see just how close they're getting to one another. Because they are slower cars, it is almost a necessity that they are running this close to one another as we come into the final corner. Almost contact between the 213 and the 98 car there. Between Nicholas Sosa and Rob Jacques. All right, lad. That's right. I was over here. Tab back in. Let's tab back out. There we go. Our race leader is getting around the first of the BMWs. This battle for first still very, very much underway here. Javier Marquez does seem to have fallen off a little bit in pace. Either that or Pete Routsalainen and Matty Byrne have sped it up. They are beginning to close that gap. Please work. Take a look back here. We've got a pack of 4 cars, still double file in the back of the pack. I would put this on the mid screen, but I don't really have control of my cameras over here right now. Not going remarkably well. And actually, as a matter of fact here, I'm going to make an executive decision. I'm going to try and get this fixed as quickly as I can, but we're going to have to back out of the server to get the timings and my control of my cameras back. So bear with me here, folks. It's going to be ugly. But I don't have a good way to do this otherwise yet. So we are going to go ahead and do a little... Oh, I don't want to do this. It's not going to look good. Here's what we'll do. I have an idea. We got 2 wide going through T1. 7 car. That's gonna be Ryan Yee. That is that's the other sister car to Sam Snell Train and Jeff Spangler. Pete Routsalainen definitely getting pressure from Matty Byrne. Matty Byrne looks on the inside, try and make the pass happen. No room for it though. BMW expertly positioned right where he doesn't want to be, but now the mixed field action is going to start happening, folks. It's about to get real. Oh, and we've got contact and they get spun around. Oh, and I have no good way to get back to it. No! Oh, this is a catastrophe. Okay, you know what? We're not going to worry about doing it fast, folks. We're going to lose the main camera here for just a second. I'm going to actually here, just so I don't share anything I'm not supposed to. Sorry about this, folks. I am going to go as fast as I can here. Try and get this working again. Let's get the main battle back on here just so we can keep an eye on what's going on here. Javier Marquez. Pete Rousselainen still battling it out for first. And let me give you audio on that. There we go. Almost reconnected here. A little on-the-fly troubleshooting. Sorry about this, folks. We've almost got it back. Got that one back. Come on. Work with me here. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get our timings back. Guys, is the stream saved? Come on. Let's go. I think we got it. I think we're back in business. Yes, we are. Let's clean this up over here. There we go. All right, we are back in business, folks. Let's get the audio focus back over here. Bootsy Calico on the screen here. Get the camera back out here. Let's get this. Let's see. Everything's sorted back out here. Get the position delta up there for y'all. It's got all sorts of data it's trying to catch up on right now, so it is not going to be perfectly accurate right this second, but it'll catch up here. Pete Rousselainen with the yellow flag there. Oh no, there's contact. Uh-oh. Let's take a look at that replay here, see if we can see what. Oh no, it didn't go far enough back. Ah, yeah, I hate to see it. Now we get to watch him steer into a wall. But both cameras caught it, so at least the stream saw it because I unintentionally had him on both cameras. But we can see just how tight of a grid this is. This is ridiculous. Like, I almost don't know what to do about it. See where Javier Marquez is. That's race leader. But I want to see what Steve Poe is looking at right now. So let's do this. Here we go. We're gonna hop on board with Steve Poe here. Let's see what he is looking at. You can see just how cramped it is. Hardly enough room for two cars on the same straight. And again, this is on board with Steve Poe, now coming around the final corner, going to start the next lap here at Brands Hatch. Let's see if we can get a good demonstration of just how much faster these GT3s are taking turn one. Here we go down into it. You can see that is an Audi's front bumper. You can see a BMW on the outside there. And they managed to keep each other from running into each other. Now it is all crammed up coming into Druids now. And it is only going to continue to stay cramped, folks. This is ridiculous. Get the race gaps back up here. This is insanity. These poor drivers having to put up with this. Everybody involved, I'm sure, is unhappy about this now coming into turn 4. Let's go ahead and open that back up. Take a look at Nathan Tanner over here, making his way up the field. Now sitting P4. Again, that is the Ferrari of Nathan Tanner up in the picture-in-picture. Runs a little bit wide there. But certainly not because of a lack of distractions. There's a lot going on this track. But right now we are watching a 3-car battle for 9th place behind Bootsy Calico. That's going to be Steve Poe in the red Porsche there trying to make a move on the outside. No room for it to happen. Now he's going to have a run down the straight, but there are BMWs and Bentleys in the way. They're actually not very far from the race leaders. Actually, no, excuse me. Pete Rousselainen now going into the pits after having some damage there. So whatever happened in that accident is going to be detrimental enough that he needs to get that damage fixed. See if he's pulling into the pits right now. Juan Paredo right now trying to chase down Nathan Tanner. We've got them both on camera right now. Let's take a look. There comes Juan Paredo around the corner there. He's getting very close to Nathan Tanner. Let's go ahead and grab another one of these shots here inside the cabin with Juan Paredo. Gonna be getting the draft on Nate Tanner. Looks at the inside, too wide into the corner. There's gonna be slight contact, it looks like. And from a little bit maybe of a laggy Nate Tanner there. not sure. That's going to be a pass on the inside by Juan Barreto. I don't know if there was really not really anything either of them could do about that in that situation. Let's go ahead and put that away for right now. New fastest lap going to come out of Javier Marquez. Going to be a 124.355. Closest competitor is going to be 134.370 by Matty Bird in second place. Let's find ourselves another battle. Looks like we're going to find one. Nicholas Armijo and Ben Burchett battling it out, going too wide through that corner there. Does look like the inside line going to be paying off toward the BMW in front. That's going to be Ben Burchett. Making away his corner. The back end gets a little bit loose there. Manages to get it back under control now, coming down into the Clark curve. Nicholas Armijo going to have a look up the inside. No room for it to make it happen. And now down the pit straight into T1. Things nice and civilized so far. I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of that, but clean racing is good racing. Let's take a look at say. Dang it, yeah. Reach out to me after the race, tell me how to pronounce your name, I'm dumb. But he's going to be chasing down, that's going to be Cyril Magtoto, just in front. Take a look at what their lap times were last time around the track. Matty Bird answers with the new fastest lap of 124.127. Let's see, last laps out of these two drivers, they're pretty close, within 0.4 of one another. It does look like Eason is a little bit quicker. Also of note, Rob Jacques chasing down Melon Pitch. Wait, is that Melon Pitch? It is Melon Pitch. Wait, that doesn't make sense. No, it's not Melon Pitch, excuse me. I'm Not Jimmy. My bad, folks. Two very similar liveries. Let's take a look at some GT3 action right now. Andrew Sear trying to get around Alex Ishii in the Formula Squish Ferrari. Very close between these two cars. Ferrari is going to be pretty nimble and quick in the corners, but that Porsche does have a little bit of a detriment in the straight line. We'll see if Andrew Sear is able to close up in the corners. Is just more or less glued to the rear wing of that Ferrari. Just looking for any opportunity to try and get around. At this point, waiting for a mistake potentially out of the Ferrari in front. Looks like it didn't save something I told it to save. Let's look. There we go. Now we got the speed and gear down there in the bottom right for you folks. Oh, and it's going to be very close between these two. It might be side by side through turn one. Don't have a good look at it right now. It does look like the Ferrari is out in front though, but the Porsche has the inside line. They are going to go side by side through turn one. The Porsche of Andrew Sear gets a good exit there, and he may have it now coming up into Druids. There's traffic. And right where the Ferrari does not need it to be is going to prevent the outside line overtake for the Ferrari. And Andrew Sear is going to make the pass for 9th position. Keeping an eye on the gap there between Andrew Sear and Alex Ishii. Alex is, I'm certain, going to be working to try and make that position back. Let's take a look back here. Some BMW action. So we got a 3-car battle right now for P23. That's gonna be Lucas Clerget? Dang it. Reach out to me after the race. Lucas, Benjamin Celine, and Ben Burchett right now in a 3-car battle for P23. See, the sun is beginning to set. We might actually see it get darker here before this race is over, but still no rain. Very, very interesting. it looks like we may have had the wrong car in focus there, because it does look like Benjamin Celine is going to make a pass right as a McLaren. That's going to be Javier Marquez and Matty Byrne. Those are race leaders now trying to get around the corner. The BMW not leaving him room. Has to defend his line from Ben Burchett trying to pass there. Just bad timing for Matty Byrne. Fortunately, doesn't look like he lost too much time out of it. Now he's going to be trying to get around the other BMW. That's going to be Lucas Clerget. I'm just going to keep taking guesses. The wronger I get it, the funnier it is, and the more embarrassing for me later. So we're just going to own it. Let's take a look actually at that battle between Matt Byrne and Javier Marquez. This is going to be for the lead, and it is within a second. That gap was a little bit closer just a moment ago until some traffic interrupted them. But these guys, let's see here. Last lap, or actually they're about to set a lap. So there we go. So it's gonna be a 1:26.2 out of Matt Byrne. For comparison, last lap out of Jeff Spangler, currently the race leader in class for the BMW M2s. Over 13 seconds slower. These the GT3s are 13 seconds faster a lap between the current race leaders in each class, respectively. Which is why we're seeing so much traffic right now. Drivers trying to get around one another. There's just no room to make it happen. Got a yellow flag on Nathan Tanner. Let's take a look over there really quick. If the camera will obey me. Doesn't look like it's gonna. And that's because that was gonna be a DNF for Nathan Tanner. Not sure what happened. Looked like there's an accident, and that is going to be a retirement for the driver. Andre Alfonso right now trying to chase down Bootsy Calico. There's going to be the Audi out in front, the black and yellow Audi. Followed by Andrew Sear. Does seem to have been getting held up a little bit by Alex Ishii, as there's now a 5-second gap between the two cars. And currently now he's trying to get around Andre Alfonso. Makes it around that BMW, no problem. But now the Bentley is going to pose a little bit more of a problem for him. Not only is it a lot wider than that M2, it is quite a bit quicker. We've been having fun with these onboard cameras, so let's go ahead and we're going to keep the party going. Oh, and he's going to make the pass on the inside. A bad exit for the Bentley, maybe spelling disaster here. Goes for the late break on the outside. Can he make this exit stick? I think he's going to get it. Sets himself up for the inside line here through this corner, and is going to get himself back out up in front. Coming into Clark Curve now, Andrew Steer is going to have to chase him down into the Clark Curve. That was some interesting defensive driving out of Andre Alfonso there, and a breath of relief for Bootsy Calico, who has left those two to sort it out amongst themselves while he focuses on his laps. Good timing to hop on board with Andrew Sear as he almost goes into the back of the Bentley just in front of him, but a bit of a pile up with some BMWs coming around Druids, and we have caught back up to Bootsy Calico, who just has nowhere to get that Audi through. And they're just gonna come up into some more traffic here now. Let's go ahead and open this up to the TV cams. That's the same camera. Where's the helicam? There we go. And just a wall of cars for these drivers to try and get around right now, but it does look like they're going to pass everybody there. You know what? There's some good highway etiquette. They're on the wrong side of the road for this part of the world, but got the slow cars on the over on the right. You love to see it. Ah, Nathan Tanner in the chat. Internet took a dump. Yeah, that's unfortunate. You were having a good race too. Had some good battles. I think I'm gonna be good in the booth. Got 38 minutes left here at Brands Hatch. Just a little over 12 minutes down. And this battle between Andrew Sear and Bootsy Calico is heating up. Getting very close between the two. We've saw Andrew Sear fighting his way up. Let's see where he's at on the day. Give me just 1 second. We'll change the timing data over. We'll see where he started, where he's at. Position Delta. Currently up 2 positions. In fact, most of the front of the field doing a very, very good job. Pete Routsline down 10 positions after a pretty unfortunate accident early in the race, having to fit in an extra pit. Still sitting in P12 though. Looking Looking around the field right now, this is still the closest battle for position at the moment. Actually, as I'm saying that, Sam Snell Train and Melon Pitch are trading positions, and we see Melon Pitch drifting, and he's going to lose control of the BMW, and it is going to go into the wall. Fortunately, those things are built like tanks, so he will probably be able to shrug that off, but Sam Snell Train going to hang on to P19. Looks like Melon Pitch still waiting for an opportunity to get that car back out on the track here. Just now starting to get it moving. Right now we're still following this battle between Andrew Sear and Bootsy Calico. This is going to be the closest battle for position on the track at the moment. Matty Byrne and Javier Marquez, 1 second gap. And we've got, let's see, looks like Nicholas Armijo just makes an overtake on I Am Not Jimmy and quickly widens that gap to about a second as well. Almost, oh, there's contact, BMW. Let's see, that's gonna be the number 31 BMW, I believe. Let me double check the number before I start slandering folks. That is going to be Sam Snell Train. It's a little bit of a boop on the Porsche out in front of him. Doesn't look like it bothered the Porsche all too much. Go ahead and put that away for the time being. Coming around turn 4, Porsche goes a little wide on the exit, but it does look like he's going to get the legs as a result. That Audi is very quick, though. Still very close. Looks at the inside. Now, oh, no, there's going to be contact between the two of them. Porsche of Andrew Sear going to make a slight check into the Audi up front. It's going to get on the brakes. I believe that is going to be him letting the Audi back out in front. A little bit of traffic's going to catch them. Good sportsmanlike behavior there from Andrew Sear. Certainly appreciated from the commentary booth, and I know it is appreciated on the track as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at Matt Byrne. Still trying to chase down Javier Marquez. Gap is getting a little bit smaller. Looks like there's passing a little bit of back marker traffic here. Now coming up into some BMWs. Gonna squeak right through there. No problem for Matt Byrne. Javier Marquez doing a very, very good job of keeping Matt at an arm's length. Number 332 McLaren just cannot seem to close that gap. But let's look elsewhere right now. We'll keep an eye on their gap. Alex Ishii looking for an overtake here. It's going to be, who's that out in front? That's going to be Bootsy Calico. Ooh, going for a dangerous pass on the outside of the track, having to dive over onto the grass to get around those BMWs there. There's Andrew Sear going to be entering the battle here pretty quickly. Alex Ishii going to have to be on their best behavior. Andrew Sear has gotten around them once, and I am sure going to want to have another shot at Bootsy Calico and the Audi out front. Ooh, Porsche getting unsettled, and he's going to go off camera and hit the wall. Manages to keep the car going the right way around for minor damage there, and that is Alex Ishii off the track rejoining now as well. 33 minutes left to go here, and the drivers, I'm not sure if they're losing focus or they really just were not prepared for the dry weather. We got a lot of off tracks going on right now. Yeah, between Matty Byrne and Javier Marquez is widening now out to 1.2 seconds. Alex Ishii is closing up on, I believe that is, oh, nope, that was him. That was, yep, that's Alex just passing a BMW and messing up the splits. There's Warren Fleischhacker in the Audi just behind. Let's see here. Looks like we may have a little bit of a battle here. 1.2 seconds. Nicholas Armijo to Rob Jacques there just in front. That is actually, this is going to be the closest battle for position at the moment. It's got a lot of back markers passing folks. Making my splits hard to read. Not sure where to put the camera. Got a lot going on. Go ahead and watch the battle between Javier Marquez and Matty Byrne while we're at it. Race leader and second place, 1 second between one another. Right now, Matt Byrne does have the pace advantage in the best lap. However, Javier Marquez doing a better job last lap, and there is going to be a penalty handed out. Let's see who is... Oh, excuse me, I got hiccups. Who is that handed out to? Edgardo in the chat saying my ISP is out to get me, or is against me. I feel that, brother. That is going to be Stubby McNubby picking up a stop and go 30 for speeding in the pit lane. Not going to be happy about that. I'm sure the crew chief's going to be yelling at the stewards about that one. But the gap between Matt Byrne and Javier Marquez is slowly shrinking. Javier Marquez losing a little bit of time here now, down to a half second. And Matt Byrne is going to be, I'm sure, putting the pressure on. That's going to be Matias Martinez there we saw in the background. Coming up and around Druids right now. Javier Marquez finding some time in Druids, but quickly bleeding it back away. But still, it seems that 1 second gap between these two cars has reemerged. There's just nothing that he can do. As I say that, maybe a good T4 for Matt Byrne here. We'll see how the exit is looking. And we're just right back to that gap. Let's go ahead. Let's go a little farther back in the pack. Oh, got a little bit of contact between the Pinillo. I'm going to go with Pinillo. And Oren Fleischhacker. Currently battling it out for P13. That is Steve Poe up in front for P12. Just tons of traffic coming into turn one. Sorry, folks. I thought I was amped up for this race. It was starting to dawn on me that I have been up since 4:15 this morning. Glenn Pinillo doing a good job staying out in front of this battle. Take a look. Matt Byrne still 1 second between him and race leader Javier Marquez. And that seems to be, this is about those are really the only two close battles for position I can see. We've got Ben Burchett and, we got a lot going on here. Sam Snell train into the pits. It's Ben Burchett trying to chase down Evan Miles. Hold on. Why am I yawning? Because Matt Byrne has closed the gap to Javier Marquez, now whittling it down to less than half a second, now coming around. Man, the camera in a rough spot for that corner, but makes the pass on, oh man, I'm just, of course, reading the name. That Ferrari there. Alex Ishii. But as has been the case so far this race, every time we see that gap between Matt Byrne and Javier Marquez get smaller, manages to open it back up, but now 0.4 of a second separating them down into the final corner. Clark Curve, BMW forced off wide to get out of the way of these two racing, and they are actually both going to go into the pits at the same time, which is going to make for some interesting watching when they are on their way out. But I just want to see who gets in their pit box first. It's going to be Matt Byrne, followed by Javier Marquez. But Javier Marquez has the farther pit box. We'll see who comes out first. I'm keeping an eye on that over on my other monitor. A lot of position changes going on right now. There's going to be that stop and go 30 cleared. It looks like Javier Marquez is going to be the first one back out on the track. And Matt Byrne is very close behind him. Here's what I'm looking at, folks. There goes Javier Marquez making his way out. You can see the yellow McLaren making his way out of pit lane. That is going to be a much better pit stop for Javier Marquez than it was for Matty Byrne. By almost 5 seconds. But yeah, now Javier Marquez is pretty much just allowed to go and run his race. Does not have very much pressure behind. And with the staggered pit stops, really all he's got to worry about is getting around these M2s, which in that McLaren, they may as well be standing still, at least on the straights. Go ahead and hide that for a minute. Matt Byrne making a pass on Andre Alfonso there. That number 17 BMW of Ben Burchett just doing whatever he can to make sure that McLaren knows which way to go. Going so far as to turn on his right-hand blinker. Matt Byrne going to make some passes going through the pits. It's going to be Juan Paredo and Aaron Alexander in the pits right now. We've also got Jeff Spangler and Ben Burchett. Actually, Jeff Spangler leaving the pits right now. Got a lot of rough pit stops here. Let's see who all has served them so far. Let me get that pulled up here. Pit stops. So right now, most of the field still kind of a mixed bag. Nobody having served 2 yet. We'll see how long that's going to be the case. Matt Byrne getting around another BMW there. Timothy Javidal gaining some positions in the pits. Pete Rautzalainen going to be trying to pass that BMW on the outside coming up into Druids. Number 1 Porsche going to be making that pass look easy. Which I believe is just Aaron Alexander trying to stay out of the way. But Pete Rautzalainen now coming up on another car. It's going to be the BMW of... I can't see the car number, so we don't know, but there we go. Now he's going to be chasing down, I believe that is Matias Martinez up in front of him, who has yet to serve a pit stop, interestingly. Aaron Alexander in the BMW just behind, doing a good job of staying close to the Porsche. Just because he got an easy pass in Druids does not mean that BMW is down and out for the count. Still trying to make up ground. Both cars doing a good job of using all of the track there. Now down into this slow corner. Really have to shave off speed to get in there. Very important to carry as much as you can, though, because you got to run down this straight. Looks like the Porsche gets the better exit. Now down into the Clark curve. And that's going to be Matias Martinez into the pits there. Matthias. I'm pretty sure it's Matthias. It's got to be, right? Can't be Matthias. Oh, Matt. Your American is showing. Rautzalainen going to look for the pass. That's going to be the BMW of Mellon pitch there. Update on the race leader, Javier Marquez, currently coming around T1, passing some BMWs, relatively drama-free now up into Druids. I guess I can just show you. Pete Rautzalainen making another pass there. Go ahead and get Sam Snelltrain on the cameras. Caught the cameraman sleeping. Currently trying to chase down Ross Sparrow. Very, very close between the two. You can see just a couple of, or really just a matter of inches between these two cars. Tries to go too wide around the outside. Not enough speed to carry to make that happen. But going to be looking for a pass potentially on the inside here. He guns over. He's looking at it. Leading BMW does a good job of fending that off, though. But now it's down into T1. Looks Looks at the pass, not going to try it. That's gonna be Steve Poe, I believe there. Yep, that's the Porsche of Steve Poe making a pass there at Druids on the inside. Now on the outside. Still on the outside. Back on the track, all right. Javier Marquez still pretty much just racing unimpeded, although it does look like Matt Byrne is starting to catch him. Let's see, that is the McLaren of Matt Byrne we see in the background of that picture there. But Sam Snelltrain making the pass happen. Andrew Sierra also fighting for a position right now in a battle for P9. That's going to be Bootsy Calico. We've seen this battle once before already today. Let's see if it ends in less drama than the last time we saw it. You know, while we're at it, why don't we take a look here? Since it's close between them anyways. Oh! I'm looking at the wrong car. Oh no. There we go. There's on board with Andrew Sear. Oh, and we got a yellow flag between Bootsy Calico and Sam Snelltrain. Why did they get orange flag? Did something happen? False alarm. All right, nothing happened. Nothing to see here. Back on board with Andrew Sear. Going up into Druids, trying to chase down the Audi in front of him of Bootsy Calico. Gonna make a pass on a BMW here. Oh, and there's contact between the BMW and the Audi. Narrowly, oh no. And there's disaster. Andrew Sear gets collected in the fallout, is going to have to park the car and wait for his opportunity to try and get around. You can see just how blind he is, can't see anything out of that car. Has to sit there and patiently wait to try and get back on without causing another incident. Unfortunate for Andrew Sear there. Just gets the worst of a little bit of a confusion. I'm sure that'll be looked at by the stewards later. But Bootsy Calico going to hang on to 10th or 9th position for the time being. Although right now he's getting chased down by the race leader, who I should mention is going to be under pressure by Matty Byrne here in the near future. Has closed down a 5-second gap down to just a shy of 3 seconds. We'll be seeing him here pretty soon. How are we doing, chat? I'm going to take a drink of water. You guys should do the same. Stay hydrated. It's good for you. Good for your joints. Go, there it is. Looks like we may have a little bit of action between Lucas Clerget and Nicholas Armijo with the passing GT3, just to add a little of extra spice here. But while we are kind of just watching the middle of the race here, 20 minutes or 18 minutes left to go here at Brands Hatch. They're 28 laps in. There's definitely been enough action for an entire race, but there is more time left on the clock, so they're going to continue to push. Nicholas Armijo getting very close to the rear bumper of Lucas Clerget out in front. The number that's going to be the number 155 BMW with the wonderful Gas and Go livery. Right now, I do believe this is the closest battle for position, so we'll go ahead and keep an eye on these two. Oh, man, that McLaren really trying their best to get around there. An interesting and dangerous line they just took. But they do make it happen. So that is the number 6 McLaren, if I read that right. I don't think I did. No, it is. That was Juan Pareto. Currently sitting... Where's Juan Pareto? P4. Matt Burns still trying to chase down Javier Marquez out in front. You can see them in the same camera shot now. They are getting closer. And they're coming up on, that is Jeff Spangler. That is class leader for the M2s. Matt Burn going to be working his way around him. There we go. Let's go for the, yeah, let's go. A little camera confusion there, but we got it figured out. Now just 2 seconds between Matt Burn and Javier Marquez. 16 minutes left here. They're going to be starting their 30th lap here at Brands Hatch today. And really, I wouldn't say it's not necessarily anybody's race, but it is close enough to where it is not decided between these two. Pete Raudsalainen also doing an excellent job of really putting together a race from the claws of defeat there after a very unfortunate start to the race. Manages to put it back together, now sitting P5 after, I believe, qualifying in was he P3, I think? Yeah, he's down 3 positions, so he was P2. Currently sitting P5 after getting spun out and having to take an extra pit stop. And has not taken an additional pit stop since then. He's going to be looking for another pass. It's going to be on Juan Pareto. Let's go ahead and hop on board with Pete here. On board with the Porsche. We'll give you the Porsche's cabin audio as well, trying to chase down that McLaren out in front. Down into turn 3. Getting very close. They're going to run into some traffic with the BMW out in front of them. Around turn 4. And the Porsche just wants to go around that corner faster. The McLaren just can't get it down. He's having to wait. Oh, and that BMW loses it in the background there. Yellow flag is going to get waved. Still very, very close between these two. Pete not leaving anything on the track. He is pushing as hard as he can. You see just how close he is getting to that rear bumper. Coming around that corner, too. That's a great shot. A little wide there for the McLaren. Dips his toes out into the grass. Going to be, it's got to happen sometime here, but the McLaren not leaving any room for the Porsche to get around him. And Pete Raudsalainen just left hanging right now. Let's look at the corner speeds on that last lap for those two. Let's take a look here. I may have actually just missed it. Excuse me. Oh, that's right. It reset all the time. We're going to set back up our turn 1 speed trap there. Keep an eye on that. Ooh, we got a lot of traffic for our drivers now. A lot of BMWs for these two to try and get around, but oh my goodness, just as I'm getting focused on this very close battle, we've got another one that is even more exciting now. Matt Burn has closed the gap to Javier Marquez, and now we have a battle for P1, and I am pulling up the other battle here on the picture-in-picture. We'll stay on board with Pete Raudsalainen there, and we'll watch the battle between Matt Burn and Javier Marquez over on the big screen. You see Pete Raudsalainen having a little bit of trouble navigating his way through some traffic there, but is managing to do it. And Matt Burn staying glued to the rear bumper of that McLaren just in front of him. And he has only got 12 minutes, well, just shy of 13 minutes now to try and make that pass happen for a potential P1 finish here. Pete Raudsalainen running out of room. That BMW just nowhere useful for him. Loses a lot of time coming around the Clark curve. Is going to have to work to try and get that time back. Let's go back to this camera. Oh, we will be watching that battle there on the picture-in-picture if it gets close again. But for right now, we want all of our attention here on this battle between Matt Burn and Javier Marquez. Good different cameras here. Get the wider shot so we can try and see a little more of the action. Coming up into some traffic, coming into the Clark curve. Is Matt Byrne going to be able to get in front of it? Oh, they're going to try and go through too wide. BMW takes the wide line to allow the McLarens through. And now down the pit straight here. Essentially a drag race down into T1. I've got the speed trap up. Let's see. Max speed is going to go to Javier Marquez, but Matt Byrne does carry more speed through the corner. Max speed was 232 kilometers an hour out of Javier Marquez. Minimum speed going to be 142 out of Matt Byrne. Had a 10 kilometer an hour advantage around the corner. Pete Rautzleinen does make the pass on Juan Pedro. It looks like that happened off screen. Where is what? Must have been a rough couple of corners there for Juan, because he is quite a bit behind Pete now. Matt Byrne starting to get impatient. We can see him looking around either side of the other McLaren, just looking for any room to try and make something happen here. My goodness, look at how close it is and how it has been between these drivers all this time now. Coming around the final corner here. And once again, it does look like we had a little bit more speed going for Matt Byrne, the following McLaren. Let's see what they go. We got the speed trap for turn 1 again. I'm really interested in these two. It is actually literally a tie. Both their min and max speeds were identical going through that corner. Incredible. Let's look around the field real quick, see if we're missing anything else. No, this is the closest battle. In fact, I think the only close battle for position at the moment, and it is for the race win. Ooh, almost some little collision there between Matt Byrne, but that is going to mean he makes the pass there on Javier Marquez after some very unfortunate traffic conditions. And I actually missed that, so I'm gonna pull an audible and watch the replay over on this other monitor here, because we need to see that again. Let me get that queued up. All right, we're gonna see if this works here. Watching the replay of that pass there up in the picture-in-picture, we can see Javier Marquez gets a bad line through the turn because of the BMW, has to brake late, takes a wide line, does allow Matty Byrne to squeeze through. And if Javier Marquez was going to make the pass happen, or defend the pass, that BMW perfectly positioned somewhere where the passing McLaren just could not get on the gas. Nobody's fault, but unfortunate for Javier Marquez, very fortunate for Matt Byrne, now sitting P1 with just 8 minutes remaining here at Brands Hatch. Get this out of replay mode, back on the live feed here. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Maybe. There we go. All right. Control everything again. Take a look over here. We got Andrew Sear on the camera trying to chase down Bootsy Calico again. A battle we have seen unfold many times before is unfolding again. Go ahead and pop the helicam up there. That's going to be Melon Pitch gets kind of shoved off the road there. Really no room for him. Just trying to stay out of the way of those GT3s right there. And again, this is Andrew Sear and Bootsy Calico in the Audi out in front. Down into T1. Does look like the Porsche was carrying a little bit more speed, but doesn't get it back down for the exit there. Actually, I was mistaken The Audi in front actually had the faster entry, but slowed down more, which is why it looked like the Porsche was catching him just a little bit. Now coming up again, I think that is Jeff Spangler there. Either him or Snell Trains, one of the two. Got another BMW off the road there. Looks like they're going to get through pretty much drama-free. Try. Oh, they're gonna. Okay, one goes on the inside of the BMW. I think that Steve Poe or Andrew Sear, excuse me, is going to try that as well. Oh, but runs it wide. Runs it wide out into the gravel, and he is going to have some work to do to try and catch back up now. Got a yellow flag. Car running a little slow. Does just looks like a BMW. A little bit off the track there, Adam Skuka. The number 438 car. Got another yellow flag. I'm not sure why it was giving a yellow flag, but the front of that BMW has seen better days. I believe that's Johan Segura in the number 111 BMW. And with 5 minutes left in the race, is going to just stay out on the track and run as many laps as they can get in. More power to you. I support the decision. Rob Jacques chasing down Lucas Clerget right now. I'm going to say it different every time. At this point, it's on purpose. Rob Jacques doing everything he can to try and make up those inches. There goes Andre Alfonso on the inside in the Bentley, making that pass around. That is Alex Ishii as well in the background in the yellow Ferrari. Right now, this is the close battle for position, folks. This is these BMWs. So we're going to hang out with these guys. Coming up around Druids, Alex Ishii going to look for a way around them. Is that I'm Not Jimmy in front of him? It is. This is a three-car battle. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For 8th in class. And potentially a top 10 finish in the very back. We got race leader Matty Byrne catching up to this group right now, going to weave his way through the track, or through the field, excuse me. Looks like he has a pretty easy go of it. See how Javier Marquez does, getting through that same pack of cars. You can see that blue McLaren coming up through right now. Oh, cameraman got caught sleeping. Got a little bit of Stephen Poe on the screen there. Javier Marquez makes pass around 1, is going to make the pass around 2 on the outside. BMW needs to let him go. And manages to do so without any drama. I'm Not Jimmy is going to... Why did they get the orange caution? I'm not sure, but it's there. Oren Fleischhacker now going to wait for his turn to get through. There we go, and the heat is on Lucas Clerget right now. Steve Poe passing on the outside. BMW throws it to the outside line there, looking for any line to get around Lucas Clerget. There's nowhere for him to make it stick, though. And Ben Burchett is about to enter the chat. I got all excited because I saw a 0.1 second gap between Matty Byrne and whoever was behind him. He was just passing some back markers there. Thought somehow that Javier Marquez had caught up to him already. And that gap actually is getting larger. It's now at 4.8 seconds between Matt Byrne and Javier Marquez. And looking at the last couple of laps here, let's see who had last lap 125 from Matt Byrne, 127 from Javier Marquez as we watch. That's going to see Lucas Clerget run wide off the track. And is going to be released right back into some competing traffic there. That is the ever familiar battle between Bootsy Calico and Andrew Sear. It is back on between these two again. Matthias Martinez there in the black McLaren. Matthias, if you end up watching the stream and you have a custom livery, I don't have it, DM me. Or call or at me in chat, we'll get it added in for the next stream. Andrew Sear trying still to catch up to Bootsy Calico. These two have been at it almost all day. And with 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining here, Andrew Sear running out of opportunities to try and pass this Audi. Any second, we're going to have the white flag waving. There is race leader Matt Byrne on the picture-in-picture there. Getting ready to round the final corner here at Brands Hatch and what will almost certainly commence the final lap of the race. Sure enough, there is the announcement. Leader is on the final lap. Matt Byrne is going to begin the final lap of this race. Steve Poe and Andrew Sear still battling ferociously, trying to decide who is going to finish in P9 and who will finish in P10. Right now, Andrew Sear in P10, trying to snag that P9 finish, but he has got his work cut out with him. Now just one lap remaining for these two drivers. Bootsy Calico going to be putting on as strong of a defense as they can, and Andrew Sear going to be doing everything he can to thwart it. Nice clean T1 now up into Druids. A lot of traffic. It's a good BMW skin. Number 30, or number 50, excuse me. I like your livery. Oh no, Andrew Sear pushed wide. Unfortunately, goes for the look on the outside and quickly runs out of room. I don't believe he's going to be able to catch Bootsy Calico by the end of this lap. So let's go ahead and take a look at Ben Burchett and Rob Jacques, as well as I'm Not Jimmy. All three of these cars right now battling it out. Right now, let's see first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth in position going to be these three BMWs. Matt Byrne driving across the start-finish line right there to finish the race. And a very well-deserved victory after a very unfortunate backmarker mix-up with Javier Marquez. Matt Burns is going to secure his P1 finish. There's Javier Marquez coming around T1. Matthias Martinez going to be coming across the line right there. Pete Rossline has still got some room to go there, so we'll check back in with him. But let's watch this battle between Rob Jacques, Ben Burchett, and I'm Not Jimmy. Let's grab the onboard with Ben Burchett here because he is sandwiched between two cars. I'm sure it is going to be exciting to watch from the inside here. There we go. We're going to watch them finish their race. There's the checkered flag as Ben Burchett crosses the line in P23, followed by I'm Not Jimmy in P24. Let's see, is there anybody still racing at this point? I don't think I see checkered flags across the board. Juan Pareto, I believe, going to be the last one to finish a lap. But that is going to be a race one for Matt Byrne. Very well-deserved P1 finish, hard fought as well. Oh, Aaron Alexander going to cross the line there. Good P6 finish for them. But that is going to do it for us this week here at Brands Hatch. Let's go ahead and take a look at that finishing grid. Matt Byrne with the P1 finish and the fastest lap. Javier Marquez and Matthias Martinez in P2 and 3. Pete Rutzleinen in P4. Juan Pareto in P5. Let's see here. Oh, I got to scroll up a little bit. Aaron Alexander in P6, Andre Alfonso in P7, Steve Poe in P8, Bootsy Calico in P9, Andrew Sear in P10, and then down in the TCX class, Jeff Spangler in P1. Let me excuse me, we'll get rid of that. Watch the car. So Jeff Spangler in P1 in class, Ryan Yee in P2, Nicholas Sosa P3, Sam Snell Train P4, Ross Sparrow P5, Evan Miles P6, Nicholas Armijo P7, Rob Schock in P8, Ben Burchett P9, I'm Not Jimmy P10 in class. But that is going to do it here. I'm going to put it again back there. There's the rain we were looking for. I'm going to put it back on the pre-roll. Don't mind me. I know we're not pre-rolling, but or we're not starting soon. We are finishing this stream. But final big thank you to everybody who tuned in. It was a hell of a fun race to watch. Bootsy in the chat, we got to watch you and Andrew duke it out like 8 different times. It was great. It was a blast to watch from the commentary booth. Thank you to all the drivers putting on a great race for us. Thank you to Delta Racing League for letting me commentate. And thank you to the viewers. Anybody tuned in anytime during this race, thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, smash that like button, hit subscribe, click on the bell. You'll get notified every time we go live. We will be live next week. Let me double check where we will be at. One moment, please. Pulling it up. We'll get there eventually. One of these days, the streamer will be better prepared. Probably. Maybe. I'm not going to be able to get into it quick enough. But join us next week. Same time we will be driving here. Not sure where yet, but I'm sure it will be interesting. We probably won't have mixed weather, quali, and race like we did this week. But I'm sure the drivers will find some way to make it exciting for everybody. So that is going to do it for me tonight. Thank you again, everybody who decided to watch. We hope to see you next week. My name has been Matt McAdams, and you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday night.